my microphone's all the way over there. Let me fix that. There we go. That should be a bit better. There we go. Alright. Let me get everything sorted. I'm hearing a stream notification. There we go. We are live on Twitch. How exciting for us all. Alright. Let's get this going. There we go. Hello, Also Soup. Welcome in. I hope you're having a lovely night. Hello, Donks. Welcome in. Hi, Lurking. Lutking? I'm assuming that means lurking. Thank you, Placehold, for lurking. I appreciate the lurk. Let's do this. Let's do this indeed. This is going to be a short stream today. And I know I say that every time and it never is. It is going to be a short stream today. I am starving. I haven't eaten yet. And I've got work in the morning in the office. So it's going to be a very short stream. But, well, let's go get some stuff done. Alright. Oh, she's not working properly. That way. Let's do this. How are we all today? I am feeling good. Tired, exhausted, but good. How are you all doing? Let's do that. Alright, we should be good to go. Excellent. Look at that. I'm good, thank you. Oh, that's good to hear. How's everyone's days been? This has been a kind of long day for me. I was planning on starting the stream a little bit sooner than we did, but I also really got distracted by the prospect of going grocery shopping. Excellent. Temporarily closed. There it is. Transform. Yeah, so we were planning on doing this a little bit earlier, but I got really distracted. Just getting grocery shopping done. I've just been working a bit, so I'm a bit sleepy, but it's okay. We love a good little sleepy stream moment. I am feeling it. Excuse me. Because I never went through this initial cutscene, do I not have Midna's combo attack unlocked? Do I not have Midna's combo attack unlocked? Okay, we're just gonna have to do this as human. Okay, that's gonna be grand. Well, that was a delayed reaction. What do you mean you're screaming now? They've been there for like 5 minutes. I'm being delayed, but okay. Alright. This is going to net us nothing. We already know this particular minigame is going to net us nothing, but I really wanted that warp space unlocked. What does that say? Help, her scream was so wild it caught me off guard. If I wasn't aware that it would be happening, actually no, I wasn't even, it was supposed to happen a lot earlier. But yeah, no, I completely get that. Because we already have the bomb bag from this, we can't even get the unlimited bow. Okay, cool. We're essentially only doing this because I really want to get down to Lake Hylia, and this is just as easy to do it. Let's go. Also, it's fun. The music in this section is awesome. The music in this section is just so whimsical. I love it. It's such a gorgeous little piece of music. Also, the smacking your boat into this section does nothing. Hello, Snecky. Welcome in. It's so nice to have you. Welcome. I hope you're having a good night. We are going to have a bit of a short stream today, but we are going to have a good one. Very peaceful and joyous. This music's so cute. Isn't it, though? It's so nice. I will say, this minigame in particular drove me and my mother and my sisters crazy when we first did this when we first played through. Yeah, come on. So this minigame in particular, not this iteration of it. So what happens is Isa asks you to clear the rocks, and you know, you get a bomb bag for doing this. You get a bomb bag for doing this part. And once the rocks are open, it unlocks a mini game where you essentially traverse the same course in your boat, in the same canoe, except you have to smash pots at the same time. And all three platforms here have pots on them. And then you have to. Every yellow pot is worth 1 point. Every red pot is worth 3 points. Smacking your boat into any sort of debris or rock or anything like that loses you points, and you have to get 25 points to get the best reward, which is a bigger bomb bag. It gives you the bomb bag upgrade. That's all well and good. This mini game drove my sisters and my mother and I absolutely bonkers because we kept bonking on top of it. We kept hitting the sides of the rocks. Because it's all well and good doing it here normally, where you only really have 2 rocks that you need to hit with your bomb bags. But while you're, for example, trying to hit something and trying to steer at the same time, it's very easy to make mistakes. For example, there might be a pot right here, and we're trying to hit the pot. Look at us trying to hit the pot. We cannot steer the boat at the same time. And we're about to hit debris, and oh no, it was too late to avoid that. That's how the mini game typically goes. And we know we don't have to do this mini game because we got a hint before saying we don't have to. But doing this mini game like in a vanilla playthrough, we hated it growing up. And that music, eventually, I love that piece of music. It's so joyous and sweet. Also, you can completely make Link just go down this waterfall backwards instead of normal. Whee! But yeah, that mini game went from something that was so joyous and sweet and fun to the music is mocking me. It went so quickly like that. Alright, we should get 20 rupees for this. Oh, we just get bombs. Excellent. That's grand. Alright. Oh no. I didn't have any lemonade, so I figured I could just combine lemon juice, sugar, and water, because that's how Americans make lemonade. Like lemon juice, sugar, and sparkling water. Not good. Not good. That's apparently it's an art form, because that's not a good thing. All right. So there are 2 chests up here. I don't think we can grab them yet, but we're just going to quickly check to see if we can. Otherwise, we are going to sink down and see if we can. I don't think we can even get to the Lakebed Temple without the Zora armor, but we're going to try all the same. It's worth a shot. If we die, we die. Where is the... There is a hookshot space for this. No, it's all the way up there. Okay. There is another way to get this without having to use the claw shots. And it's just to float down with the chickens and get it. With the cuckoos. Okay, no, I think we actually have to get the double claw shots for that. It's either that or I'm just not seeing the claw shot space. Alright. So what we are going to do today... I have a feeling we're not even going to get close to being able to get to the water temple, but we're still, yeah, that's just not going to work, is it? Wow, yeah. We're not even halfway down the water. Okay, so Lakebird Temple's out of the question. And we're dead. At least you get to see Link's drowning animation, because you don't typically get to see that. We are, what, 10 minutes in, already at our first game over. Excellent. Okay, so Lakebird Temple's out of the question. We still can't finish Forest Temple, and Gora Mines we've actually already completed. So, Arbiter's Grounds we don't have a way of getting to yet. Snow Peak Ruins is probably our next best bet. We need, if I'm correct, we need the Master Sword to be able to get into the Sacred Grove. We can go back to City in the Sky now that we have the Iron Boots, but at a certain point we do get stuck without the double claw shots. See, there's a bit of a catch-22 in all of this. We've already done that. That's how we got the claw shot. Okay. We've already done all of this. Okay. So what we can do is we can just go out into the Sacred Grove as a whole. I don't think we explored much of the Sacred Grove at all. So let's go do that, especially considering there's a bomb spot that we can do here. Did we not have all 3 bomb bags before? Am I being obtuse? Oh well, I'll go back and check the VOD later and see if we did or didn't. That's gonna confuse me otherwise. Alright, let's go through here. Alright, excellent. Wonderful, and a Gamba has just started, by the way. Just a nice, simple, classic Gamba that we're all used to by now. Heads or tails, let's go. Don't forget to throw your points in if you want to see, I don't know, some good investment on return. Alrighty. 20k, what? Wow, someone's gone 20k in with their points. Wow. Whoever that is, I really hope you don't lose your points. Yeesh. Alright. That would be Snecky. Snecky, was that you? The fact that people have 20,000 points is honestly astounding to me. It either means that they got really lucky in the draws or they've been watching me for that long, and either way, thank you, I'm glad to hear it. That was you, Snecky. Oh my goodness. Again, I'm hoping that you win. Do we get a chest from this? We do indeed. Alright, let's go. 24.7k worth of points. Wow. All of that for 10 rupees. Wonderful. Doesn't bother me, I lose, lol. Oh, good. I was gonna say, I'd be a little devo. I mean, to be fair, they're just points. You get them back for watching and for participating, so that's fine. Excellent, let's go. That is not great lemonade. I think that's just influenced me into going and buying lemonade after this. What's up here? I think that's another exit into the Sacred Grove, so we're just going to quickly check this. So normally what happens, if anyone's unfamiliar with this part of the game, normally what happens is we have to play a whole mini game with the Skull Kid, where he sort of runs around the Sacred Grove area and we have to go whack him with our sword, and every time we whack him with our sword, he unlocks a new area of the Sacred Grove for us. And we have to play that minigame twice to unlock all the rooms. Once when we are Wolf Link, and once when we're about to traverse through the Temple of Time. Which sounds all well and good. Unfortunately, I don't know in a randomizer if everything unlocks, or like if every room is unlocked. We're gonna figure out, I guess. The fact that this is unlocked is giving me good indication. And the fact that, yeah, this looks to be entirely unlocked, which is cool. Nope. Why isn't my minimap showing up? Maybe there's no minimap available for this area. The downside of this is this area is so confusing to my tiny little brain. It all wraps around and is interlooped, so I don't remember my entire way through it. If I'm being honest, I don't remember there being much of value in terms. I think there's one chest in here. So we've just got to find that one chest. Ah, and I think this is it, actually. Yeah, this is it. This is the one chest that we needed to find, I think. Anyone who's more well-versed in Zelda randos can let me know. 49 seconds left on that sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Gamba. So if you are interested in joining the Gamba, please feel free to do so before the 30 seconds are up. Alright, that brings us back to here. Alright, so there doesn't seem to be much for us here. I think our best bet is to go back to Snow Peak Temple or City in the Sky. They're probably our best options. So you've got 1 minute on that poll, everyone. We're gonna see where we're going. So we're going to either Snow Peak Ruins, the snowy area, the mansion, or we're going to City in the Sky with the weird chickens. It's all up to you. 50-50, that's... Oh, City in the Sky. Oh. If you want to see Snow Peak, you're going to have to get in, because City in the Sky is currently winning. Chicken time. You really like chickens, eh? Alright. I'm hearing City in the Sky. Keep in mind, in both cases, we will hit a dead point at some point. So we need the ball and chain to continue too far into Snow Peak, and we need the double claw shot to get into City in the Sky, like at a certain point in City in the Sky. Sacred Grove is Way of the Hero. We did get the claw shot here, so we knew that already. Excellent. City in the Sky wins. Let's go. Thank you for participating in that poll, everyone. That's Death Mountain. That's Bridge of Eldon. What am I doing? There's Lake Hylia. Man, chicken. I need chicken. I am so hungry. You have no idea. I'm ridiculously hungry. Oh, man. We're going to be finishing this stream by 8:30. So, by 8, sorry. By 8 o'clock. So you have an idea of how long we're going to be streaming for. We're going to be streaming for basically another hour and a bit. Normally I love to do a much longer stream than that, but I am just so hungry. On the upside, no, we're probably not going to take a break because of that. Did we check these chests? I think we did. Yes we did. Excellent. Alright, onwards and upwards. Speaking of chests, there's a lot of sort of, what I like to call unhinged dialogue in Zelda. Like, there's a lot of it. Let's be honest here. There's quite a few pieces of dialogue where you're like, wow, what? Why? One of my favorites is in Link's Awakening. I don't remember if it's in the remake or not, but in the original, you would check like a chest of drawers, or like a... Oh, bye. You check like a chest of drawers, like a, what do they call them in the US? I don't know, like bureau or something like that. I actually don't know. Like a closed chest, I guess. And if you press A on the closed chest, there's this line that pops up and it's like, Link, check the chest. Wow, that's a nice chest. And it's one of my favorite unhinged lines in Zelda. It's so out of pocket. And definitely not supposed to be taken in the context that everyone hears it in. In a world full of Link and Midna, you're my man chicken. Thank you? Question mark? I'm assuming that's a good thing, right? No, we do need the double claw shot. I was hoping to trick shot that. Alright. Again, this temple, apart from the obvious pacing issues, I love this temple. I think this is a great dungeon. Is there a chest behind here? Best compliment ever, I promise. I will take it. I will take it. No, the chest is on the other side. So, this dungeon here, again, it has some very obvious pacing issues. And we'll see that down the line, where a lot of it is just stopping and waiting for P-hats to come around or platforms to come around or whatever. But the parts of this dungeon where the pace is good, it is such a good dungeon. Alright, that sign before said that nothing is beyond this point. So we don't have to watch too closely for anything beyond this point. But can we even go beyond this point? Oh, also, heads or tails is closed. Let's quickly do that. Choose outcome. Heads or tails? It is heads this time. I am so sorry, Snacky. I am so sorry. Whoever went with heads just, I think they just made bank. So that goes to also Soup and Placehold. They just made bank on that. I am so sorry, Snacky into Soup, for losing your points. But congratulations. Hello to Herminator. Welcome in. It's good to see you again. OMG, sorry Sneaky, I just went from 530 points to 14k. That is kind of impressive, I'm not gonna lie. We genuinely can't go any further here. Does that mean this dungeon's incompletable? Incompletable? Yeah, uncompletable. Non-completable? Basic grammar eludes me at this point. We can't actually go further there. That's kind of annoying. Crap. Can we actually do anything here? There's the question, I guess. Oh, crap. See, normally you just start by going through here. But this was already also rolled out for us. See, normally what we do is we'd jum that part. And then we'd cross it, and then the dragon breaks the bridge after we go through it. However, the bridge is already pre-broken because that's already been jummed out. Again, technical terms here. And we need the double claw shot to be able to get back across this. Or we could fall off the edge. That's also good. I don't think it's actually possible for us to do anything here right now. I think what we did last time was the limit of what we could do. That's kind of sucky. We couldn't do anything on that side. We couldn't do anything here because that's all platforms. I think we've hit the limit. Like, we cannot do anything here. That kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, Snow Peak Ruins it is. Sorry to everyone who voted chicken. At least we got here. And I ran off the edge again. Why did I do that? Oh, we also have the Ordon sword. I'll update that. And we have the wooden shield. There we go. I always forget to update the tracker every time. Yeah, yeah. Oh, there's 2 of them. Damn you. Go on. There we go. There we go. That was possibly the most painful way I could have done that, but that's fine. Oh, bollocks! Every time. So I was just visiting my parents for like a brief second, so I went grocery shopping. And I was just over at the shops near my parents' house, and my fiance and I were like, oh, right. In Australia, there's this weird thing. I don't know if it happens everywhere else. There's this weird thing where you have to put like $1 or $2 into the trolley to make it work. And it's to entice people to actually, you know, return their trolley. Because a lot of people just end up throwing their trolley on the side of the road or in fountains, like you stupid kids. What the oh boy. It's gonna put me back at the beginning of the dungeon, that's why I'm doing this. Just so I don't have to traverse this room a 3rd time. A lot of trolleys in Australia, or at least in my area of Australia, have $1 or $2 coin slot in them. So you have to you have to return your trolley to get your money back. The only problem is, in an increasingly cashless society, you're kind of not always carrying $1 or $2 coin in your pockets. What happened to my fiance and I. We were just at the shops and we were like, oh yeah, we need a trolley. No money. So we ended up just running down to my parents' place, literally just around the corner, to borrow $1 coin. We were just talking and chatting to them before we picked stuff up. And I dropped something and just went, oh, bollocks. And my mum just kind of went, where did you pick this up from? I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, wait, no one's ever said bollocks here before. I'm like, well, number 1, I watch a lot of British TV. Number 2, just because you don't say it doesn't mean I can't. It was just very funny. Just, where did you pick that up from? Well, language exists. And then, a little while later, I dropped something else and she just went, oh, balls. And she was like, you've never said that before in your life. And I'm like, I know. And then I started streaming and every second it's, oh, balls. It's funny how language evolves like that, especially your own personal language. Anyway, I'm probably rambling with no reason. Alright. Snow Peak it is. Again, I do not like the lag of this Hyrule field. So before we go to Snow Peak Ruins, we are just going to traverse the Snow Peak area. So with the Snow Peak area, we have a few dig spots there that we need to go hit up. And you might be wondering, how the hell do we get to anywhere in the Snow Peak area? There's a door here. Did you notice that one last time? I don't think you may have. There we go. So this is going to take us to the rest of the Snow Peak area. Excellent, by the way. Now we can't do everything in this cavern because I believe there is a chest hidden behind these ice blocks. So we can't do everything here, and there's also going to be a dig spot with a whole bunch of ice blocks blocking the way, which we can't do anything with until we find the ball and chain. Again, once we find the ball and chain, we'll be able to do a lot of these things. Like I said last time, the ball and chain, the updated Dominion Rod, and the Gale Boomerang and the double claw shots are pretty much the only things standing, and the Master Sword, are pretty much the only things standing between us and success. Which, in all honesty, compared to where we are usually left with, what we're usually left with looking for in a combined randomizer, we're not doing too bad. Oops. Am I gonna die here? Oh my god, I'm like really close to death. Oh. Whew. Okay, there's a heart. Please give me hearts? No, just money. Excellent. So, how are we all doing tonight, by the way? It's been a hot minute since we last streamed, and by that I mean last night. But I don't know, a lot of things can change in the course of a day, I guess. The hell is that? That's not a bug. I know what it is. I know what that is. I know what that is. Gimme. Oh, that almost disappeared and I got nervous. Rare Chew Jelly. Purple hair time, that's it. Rare Chew Jelly. That is all of our hearts, and it boosts attack strength while for a certain period or until we get hit, whichever one comes first. I hope I just answered that one for you, Placehold. I kind of read that after I answered the question for you, so there you go. Good timing. Excellent question. What a coinky dink. There we go. So before yesterday we were talking about sort of chew jelly and the different chew jellies that can appear in the game. That is the best chew jelly that can happen, like that you can get. Like, without a doubt, the best. Nothing else comes close. Come here. Let me beat you. Thank you. We may also need to go on a Poe hunt because we don't know what our rewards are from the Poes, whether they're vanilla or not. Aha! There's nothing we can do here. I'm gonna be real with you. That's it. We need the ball and chain. Hi, Virtual Fusion Games. Welcome in. How are you? It's good to see you, by the way. Alright. Whee! Oh, there's a site. Oh, okay, sure. I had no idea that she had text there. Normally what happens is you require... South of Castletown is Way of the Hero. Alright, we're gonna have to go back there to make sure we didn't miss anything. That was stupid. So, south of Castletown, we'll have to remember that. So what's normally supposed to happen when you come through the Snow Peak region? So we have come across it the complete opposite way of what you're intended. So we're supposed to go up the mountain, not down the mountain. Obviously. And what's supposed to happen is we are supposed to follow the scent of the reek fish, which is the fish that Yeto the Yeti puts in his soup, and he catches that from the Zora's domain. And we use... so what's supposed to happen is we're supposed to talk to Prince Rowless, south of Castletown's Way of the Hero. Is this... What? Did that just put us on the... Oh. I think it put us on the correct side that we wanted to go to. Okay. Explain why the storm was lesser. Excellent. Alright, sure. Why not? Is Ashe up here? I don't know. We're gonna find out. So, yeah, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to collect the reek fish. And collect the scent of the reek fish and use Link's sensors to come meet the reek fish. This is Ashe. So Ashe here, it's said that she's raised, her father raised her, and he was a Hyrule god. So she knows a lot about Hyrule's lore and history, and knows a lot about combat, but was never taught manners. That's what she says, anyway. Mm. Thanks, Ashe. Okay, so normally in vanilla gameplay, she gives us the sketch of the reek fish. We're supposed to show that around to the Zoras. The Zoras go, oh, that's the fish that only Prince Rallis could catch. And then we're supposed to go to talk to Prince Rallis. He gives us the coral earring, which means we should probably go down to CAC very soon. He gives us the coral earring. And then we catch a reek fish and use the scent of that to make our way up the mountain. Even if you know the specific path up the mountain, you cannot complete the path without the reekfish scent. So even if you played the game before, still doesn't matter. You still need to collect the reekfish scent. There is a similar mechanic like this in Phantom Hourglass. There's a section where you have to navigate a certain path through the fog. Now what's supposed to happen in the game is that you try and make your way through the fog without knowing the path. The game sends you back to the beginning, and you won't be able to go through the fog until you learn the correct path. Even if you already know the correct path ahead of time, the game still won't let you go through the path until you actually find the little plaque that tells you the correct path in game. So there you go. There's a little fun fact for you right there. Alright, we've collected that chest. Alright, let's go. Let's see if Prince Rallis has anything for us. I don't think he's going to give us anything unless we give him the paperwork of the earring, but of the thing, but we're still going to find out. Okay, cool. That's it. We can't get that. Excellent. Yes, yes, yes. You're so unqualified, whatever. Alright. What we can do now is we can go to Castletown. Oh, we don't have water bombs. Never mind. We can go up to Castletown now. Which is essentially just gonna... that's not what I meant to do, but sure. It's essentially just gonna... We can go check out the south of Clocktown. See what makes it so special. Is there a tingle in this game? No, there is not, actually, believe it or not. Sadly, we cannot plunder tingle in this game. Worst Zelda game ever, am I right? Oh. So, I'm a... Alright, let's hope that we've done a safety save. We're just gonna have to safety save often in case it crashes. That's unfortunate. That's kind of bad. Whoops. Sorry, that one guy that just goes eee always gets me. So a cute little fun fact for you. As a wolf, you can run around this plaza. And all the people get scared, which is awesome. What happened? I missed it. The game threatened to crash. That's what happened. So if you run around here in the central plaza as a wolf for long enough, all these guards come to sort of attack you, except they're literally trembling in fear. They're cowards. So if you spin attack... Oh. What's supposed to happen is if you spin attack with Midna's spin attack, they will actually drop items as they run away. So if you ever want arrows or rupees or hearts or anything like that in Castletown, use Midna Spin Attack, and it's guaranteed to work. Alright. We're just going to see if we can get in through here. I'm not sure, again, if this works or if we have to progress a certain amount way through parts of the story. Okay, so we have to actually converse quite a way through the story. Okay, cool. So what's supposed to happen is the scent of the medicine scent is behind him, and during the storyline to get Ilya's memory back together, you'll be able to get past him in the medicine in the doctor's office, and there's also a chest up on the second level that is only accessible at that point. So I was just seeing if that chest is actually accessible. Doesn't look like it. Well, let's go see what's out at the South Road. Oh no. Don't tell me it's what I think it is. I think it's what I think it is. That's not good. Oh no. So this is South Clocktown. South of Clocktown, I should say. I think we've already collected everything that we can from here. I don't remember what we got from this chest, if I'm being honest. Oh no, we got the iron boots. Not from this chest, but we got the iron boots over in that big spot over there. Okay, so we have already collected that, which is nice. One thing that I do want to check, however, is back at CAC. Again, this is a little bit spotted, both because I don't know my way around a Twilight Princess rando yet, and also because we're hitting certain points where we can't do things without certain items, if that makes sense. So again, as I mentioned before, we can't do the forest we can't finish the forest temple without the Gale Boomerang. We've already done the Gora Mines. We can't do the water temple, the lake bed temple, without the Zora tunic. We have no way of getting to the Arbiter's grounds without Oro's portrait, or like Oro's notes. We can't get to... Okay, so nothing here is happening. Excellent. We cannot get to... We can probably try and do a bit more of Snow Peak. In fact, that's probably what we'll do next. We can't do any further in City in the Sky. We need the Master Sword to get... We need the Master Sword to get to Temple of Time. And we also require all 4 pieces of the Mirror of Twilight to get to the Palace of Twilight and Hyrule Castle, respectively. So we are a bit stuck at the moment. So let's drop these rupees. 164, I think it said. Let's just do 170. Excellent. That's not going to do anything for us in the immediacy. But we are just going to go straight back in. So like I mentioned before in previous streams, usually you're required to pay 1,000 rupees and either do a mini quest in 250 rupees or 2,500 rupees. So that's still 2,000 rupees. It's taken 500 rupees off, which is nice. Do I necessarily want to still pay 2,000? Probably not. Probably not, being honest. But I also really don't want to do this mini quest. I can show it to you. I can show you what it is. I suck at this and I hate it, and it is the worst side quest in this entire game. So essentially we have to... Oh, this is going to be worse with the lag. Wow. we have to take this bottle of spring water to this gate up here. And this bottle of spring water will break very easily. And it will also cool down after a certain point. So I can defeat every single monster in the area, but if I do that, it's probably gonna cool by the time that we do that. Or I can rush it without defeating every single monster, but it's probably gonna get broken by said monsters. And on top of that, the birds and the bulbins are the least of our concerns. It's the levers that get you. Okay, so we're going to place that here. This genuinely takes me about 3 or 4 turns times each game. Each playthrough, this takes me so long to do because of how annoyingly bad this is. In fact, I'm not even doing this to be able to finish it. I'm just doing this to show you how bad it is. See this bird? If the minute I stop to put down the water, it's going to break the water. That's why I'm not stopping. Because the moment I do, this water's dead. And again, it's not the birds that are the concern. It's the levers, which are the tiny little spinny things that come out of the ground, which I'm surprised haven't actually come out yet, believe it or not. Am I actually going to do this first go? I don't think so. That can't be right. I did that first go? Oh, get out of here. I've never seen anyone do that first go. I have never done that first go myself. That's ridiculous. Genuinely astounded right now. What? Gamer of the Year right here. Move over, ZFG. I'm the Gamer of the Year now. What on earth? Wow. Also, this is running at a horrible snail's pace. I'm genuinely concerned that the game is going to crash right here. And we get some water bombs for it. Just what I wanted. It's so laggy that even the music chime is lagged. Oh, that's so bad. In that case, let's just go yeah, let's just go straight back to CAC. Pay the last 250 rupees. You might be wondering again, what does that even net us? Bombs that look like fish, I approve. I'm glad. You might be wondering what on earth that could possibly, like, what benefit that could net us, doing that whole mini quest. It means that we pay less rupees in, the Mallow Mart to, we pay less rupees, to expand the Mallow Mart, which is going to take that, shop in Castletown that literally normally costs, what? Wow, okay. Very nice. The items in that shop start at 10,000 rupees. We'll be able to get them for cheaper, including what should be the magic armor, but obviously isn't going to be. Alright. Yes, I delivered the water. Let me pay my 250 rupees or 200 rupees or however much it is. Alright. 200 rupees. Excellent. I love the fact that this game is just like, yes, let's put a capitalist baby. This game, you know, the clowns are one thing. The clowns are one thing. shaman who is incessantly creeped out by the barmaid is another. The perpetually pregnant Uli, who no longer, however long you play the game, she's still like 9 months pregnant, even if you're playing the game for over a year. All of those are just like, yeah, sure, whatever. Capitalist baby. This is truly a wild time we're living in. Also, that's not what I meant to do. Oh, sorry, the hill to die on. Hello, the hill to die on. Welcome in. I just saw that you were redeemed True Truths 1 Live with Salbow. Thank you so much for redeeming that. Let's put that in a gamba. Excuse me. Where's my mouse? Oh, there it is. Okay. I was gonna say my cursor's gone. Alright, 2 truths, 1 lie. Alright, sorry, just bear with me for 2 seconds. I'm putting together our options for 2 truths, 1 lie. Thank you so much to Hill to Die for redeeming that. Let me just think. Okay. So, here are 2 truths, 1 lie, and none of these are actually related to each other for once. So, your 3 options are, I have mild insomnia. I once ate the world's hottest chip, according to the packaging, and I didn't enjoy it, and I drank a gallon of soy milk afterwards. That's the word I was looking for. I ate the world's hottest chip and drank a gallon of soy milk afterwards. Or, I prefer coffee over tea. You choose which one the lie is. Believe it or not, you might be surprised. I don't know if you will be or not, let's be honest. Alright, while we're doing that, we're going to go back to Snow Peak Ruins. So don't forget to get your points in. Again, the options are, I have mild insomnia, I once ate the world's hottest chip, according to the packaging, or I prefer coffee over tea. Thank you so much for redeeming your points for that. I'm so excited to see what everyone's predictions are. That closes in just under 4 minutes. What? Why? Why did I do that? Let's try that again, but better. There we go. Oh, mild insomnia is winning so far. Oh, coffee over tea. We're getting somewhere with this. We're seeing a debate going on. Excellent. Alright, we are going to surf down this slope, and we are going to go continue on in Snow Peak, see if there's anything further we can do there. Alright. Like I said, we won't be streaming for too much longer today. We'll probably only be streaming for about half an hour or more. I just really wanted to jump on and, you know, check things out and, you know, play a little Zelda today. Tomorrow night we might not stream. Just to warn people, we might not be streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow I get home from work kind of late. And I also have an early morning because I'm back in the office tomorrow for my last day of work in that particular company. Whoa. Okay. Let's try that again. So, We may not be streaming tomorrow. I'm probably just, if I'm being honest, I'm probably going to get home and just be way too tired. But we'll see how we go. I'll post a story on Twitch if I am not streaming. If I am streaming, you'll get the notification. But we'll see how we go from there. Alright, don't forget 2 Truths, 1 Lie is closing in 2 minutes. Alright. Boom, let's go. Oh, jeez. There we go. So I've talked about Yetta and Yeti before. And how the Snow Peak Ruins. Oh, World's Hottest Chip is currently now in the lead. Wow, that took a surprising lead. There we go. Continue getting those points in if you wanna see how it goes. You've got just over a minute. So I've talked about Yetta and Yeti before. Also, I'm kind of stuck like that. Yeah, there we go. And how they're racing games. You are required. It is in order to win against Yetta, you're probably gonna have to hit her with a sword, which seems kind of cruel. The other thing that you're going to have to do is utilize every single shortcut in the map. And I just tried to showcase as many of them as I could. So, not all of them though. It requires you jumping on all of the ledges, jumping over the treetops. Are these uncovered naturally? No, they are not. You need the ball and chain. Excellent. So there's all these different shortcuts that are available to you. Some of them are actively worse to do. Some of them are just actively worse for you, and you shouldn't probably do. We'll go over at some point or another which ones those are, because some of them are just genuinely terrible. Alright, we have a block puzzle, my favorite. I genuinely really want to know who on earth said, you know what block puzzles need? Ice physics. Seriously, terrible, terrible. Alright, 2 Truths, 1 Lie has closed. So 19% of people said that me having insomnia is the lie. 48% said the world's hottest chip is a lie. And then 33% said coffee over tea is a lie. So that's a really even spread. That's genuinely surprising. And I don't know why I did this. I genuinely can't get through anyway. That's fine. That's just gonna stay there now. So the lie is... Oh, the lie is... I really prefer tea over coffee. I do indeed have a mild form of insomnia. I am technically on medications for it. Do I remember to take them? No. But I also have eaten the world's hottest chip according to the packaging. My friends brought it back from Japan. And I hated every minute of it. And I carried around a bottle of soy milk for the following, like, 2 hours. And just drank directly out of the soy milk bottle because I couldn't handle the spice. I have since gotten a lot better with spice. Let me just say that. Let me say that right off the bat. I've gotten a lot better with spice. But back then, whew, I was bad at handling spicy things. But thank you so much for playing 2 Truths, 1 Lie. Snecky and 2 others won that, so congratulations, Snecky. Starting to redeem some of those points. There it is. I was gonna say, there is a chest here. One of the coolest things that this game has are the fact that these little chests are buried in the snow. I really like that idea. Also that the wolf Link has the same little ear piercing that Link does. I think that's really cute. I think that's adorable. Oh, that's a freezer. Excellent. Come on. Alright, I'm just gonna ignore you for now then. If that's how you want to play it, I'm gonna ignore you. Transform into human. Let's go. So this cannonball is going to be used to essentially turn around, defeat all of these walls. We can turn this cannon, so we don't actually need the bow and arrow for this part. There is a mini boss that we are about to fight, so fingers crossed I don't die during that one, because that mini boss actually genuinely sucks. But to me, Snow Peak Ruins here is possibly one of the best Zelda temples we have ever seen. Again, might be a hot take. I don't know. This could be very much a hot take. This, to me, is one of the peaks of Zelda temples. This Temple of Time is not very well liked by the fandom. I love Temple of Time and Twilight Princess. But Snow Peak Ruins is the peak, right here. Alright, we're just gonna ignore them and go inside. Alright. I don't know if we can beat this. I genuinely don't know if we can beat this guy without the sword techniques. Let's find out, I guess. I could have skipped this cutscene, but it is actually a genuine badass moment. The fact that this is a suit of armor with sentience, and that's the boss fight you're fighting, that is the coolest thing we've seen. Let's be honest here. Oh, balls. So the aim of what we're supposed to do is claw shot behind him, and claw shot behind him, and use the claw shot to sort of get behind him so we can whack him. If I'm being honest, we're probably going to be better off losing our health here because the claw shot part of this sucks. It means that we might have to use our Great Fairy's Tears or our Rare Chew Jelly. Oh, balls. Hopefully, no, we didn't beat him back there. Oh, but we can still get some hits in, maybe? No, okay. Come on, come on. I know you want to hit me. Let's go. Keep in mind, you're also supposed to have the Master Sword at this point, so this may actually take us extra hits. Can he hit us from... Oh, he can hit us from up there! Oh, I'll put that as things I did not know. Okay, yeah, this is... Normally what I do is I just completely ignore the part where I have to... There we go. I completely ignore the part normally where I have to, you know, claw shot him or, you know, wait for him to throw the ball or whatever. This is the effect. Well, now that I've taken damage, I've lost that effect. But it does give you double damage while you're, before you take hits. The Great Fairy's Tears have the same result. Okay, normally what I do is I ignore the claw shot part and the ball and chain part, and I go straight into just doing the back slice or the helm splitter. It's the best way of defeating him is using the sword techniques against him. Unfortunately, we don't have any. We have the finishing blow and the shield attack, and that's it for sword techniques. So we couldn't do any of those against him, which is why we had to suffer through the hard way round. It is impressive that because you're also kind of meant to use the sword techniques in conjunction with the claw shot method, it is kind of impressive that we were able to even do that. And a ball and chain turns into arrows. That is the saddest thing I've ever seen. We're screwed. Okay, so we can't get this chest either. Do ball and chains fall to... do these fall to bombs? I'm assuming not, but we're still going to check. Oh, hang on. Wait a second. Wait a second. Okay, no matter how quickly I hit them. That's as fast as you can hit them. That still didn't work. Okay. Still good to know, though. Alright. I know before I said we weren't going to take a break, but I really need to run to the bathroom. So I'm just going to pause here for a second. And we're just going to take a quick 30-second break while I run to the bathroom. And then we're going to continue on for the last bit of the stream, okay? I will be back in just a minute. It is so cold. I only just realized how cold it is. Wow. Welcome back, everyone. Sorry for the very quick break there. Placeholder in their fish. I respect it. And the donks redeemed a random roller coaster fun fact. I just butchered that. A random roller coaster fun fact. Oh, okay. Let's talk about... Huh. Okay. Let's talk about Twist Coaster Robin. Now normally I have a well-established rule about not talking about theme park accidents on this channel or while we're playing these things and while we're doing fun facts, because I feel, number one, it's disrespectful to anyone who was impacted in these accidents, and it's also not exactly fitting the definition of fun, really. But Twist Coaster Robin is probably has the distinction of being the shortest operating coaster ever. This roller coaster was built in Japan. It was if I'm being honest, it was a knockoff of a very popular roller coaster type. And it was built in Japan, and it did a lot of great things. It was a really cool, interesting coaster, and we're very lucky to have a point of view, POV video of it on the internet. POV videos is like the viewpoint of you riding the ride in like first person sort of thing. We are very lucky to have it documented, because this roller coaster, despite the fact that it was built from a somewhat well-known company, and despite the fact that it was in a major theme park, it only operated for 2 hours, making it probably the shortest lived coaster of all time. Now, the 2 hours, I will say, take that with a grain of salt. So it only operated for 1 day officially, but a lot of people who were at the park when on the day that it operated said that the operation time of the roller coaster was probably closer to about 2 hours rather than the full day. Now, you might be wondering, what kind of roller coaster only operates for two hours? That's a great question. It's obviously the roller coaster that wasn't very successful. This roller coaster, Twist Coaster Robin, was named after the bird Robin, not the DC character, in case there was any confusion. And this coaster was a rip-off of the El Loco models, which, if you don't know what that means, you're probably in the vast majority there. It is a well-respected thing, a well-respected model. Now, what happened was it was actually built with a different design than what is typically seen. So in every roller coaster, there is something called a rollback sort of rollback prevention measure. So with a roller coaster with a chain lift, you go up the chain lift, and if anyone's been on a roller coaster before, you might remember going up the chain lift, you hear the dong 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 sound. That is not the sound of the chain lift. That is the sound of the anti-rollback measure put in place. Now, what is an anti-rollback measure? If the chain lift, for whatever reason, fails, the anti-rollback measure is a device that's basically used to ensure that the roller coaster doesn't fall off the chain lift and go swinging back into the station. It is a safety measure. And the anti-rollback measure has been in place for, many years now. And it is a very successful and, mandatory measure. Every roller coaster with a chain lift is required to have this to meet safety standards. And it is a very basic industry thing. So what happens is it's a little piece of a little metal hook, weighted metal hook that goes into sort of the chain lift. So the chain lift is set in stairs motions. So the hook sort of gets hooked into the stair motion and then gets dunk and goes up the next one, and dunk and goes up the next one, and it sort of locks in place after every step. I'm not explaining this very well. It locks in place every step, and the dunk 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 is not the sound of the chain, it's the sound of the anti-rollback measure going to the next level. So what happened with Twist Coaster Robin is the people who designed the roller coaster wanted to make a new type of anti-rollback measure that was quieter, because they thought that the thunk 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 would be undesirable to people riding the roller coaster. So they decided to implement a new rollback feature that was quieter and less disruptive. Unfortunately, it was this new rollback measure that didn't work as it was designed to, or wasn't really designed to work as well as it should have. And unfortunately failed, meaning that the coaster did have a small incident on its opening day. Now, this incident, and I do mean very small, no one was injured, no one was affected by this. It was, best case scenario in terms of an accident. No one was injured, no one was even slightly impacted by this happening. But the smallest roller coaster accidents do have to be taken seriously, with good measure. Small ones can lead to larger ones, obviously. So the roller coaster closed almost immediately and remained closed, meaning that this roller coaster only operated for about 2 hours before before this accident happened, and it was deemed probably not a great idea to reopen the coaster. They did redesign the element and get the all clear, but the park felt that at a certain point the bad publicity was probably too much, and they kept the roller coaster closed. That bomb just froze and shrank. I've never seen that before. Which makes Twist Coaster Robin probably the shortest lived coaster in history, which is definitely a fact. So thank you so much for redeeming that fact. If you want to know more about short-lived coasters in history, I've got plenty more of them. Roller coasters typically have a lifespan of, you know, have you done all of the available VR roller coaster experiences? I don't actually have a VR system, so no. I have done VR on a actual roller coaster before, but not like a VR game. Ugh, damn it, I hate this room. Not a VR game of roller coasters. I don't have a VR set. It's something that I've been meaning to sort of look into getting, but they, as much as the industry is making more cheaper and widely available options available, for a lack of a better term, it's still a little bit outside my budget at the time being. But no, it would be really cool. I've always wondered, I've seen like the arcade games, like the arcade machines with the VR of the roller coasters. I have definitely done that, and that was so much fun. But I haven't really done everything available. I highly recommend investing when you can. Again, if I ever get the opportunity to, that's something I wouldn't mind doing at all. I think that'd be really fun. I used to actually sell VR machines for granted a very short period of time. I'm talking like very short. I worked with a guy who had a company who would his entire company was about contracting people out to go to conventions and trade shows and sell things like VR kits and monitors and run gaming competitions and stuff like that. So I used to travel around casually with him running these game competitions. And am I just only getting bombs in this place? Wow. Yeah, running gaming competitions and doing all these random selling of, you know, monitors and VR kits. So yeah, I used to actually, for a very, very brief time, help sell them. But I've never actually owned one. I should probably do that at some point. Alright. That's where we came in, isn't it? Yes. Yeah, if you want to know, I have ridden a roller coaster with VR before. So, typically, if you see a roller coaster with VR on it, it's typically indicative that the roller coaster is not very good. And I mean that in a very polite way. So normally, if a roller coaster is underperforming or is proving to be unpopular, the first thing that they'll do is whack VR on it to try and increase the rider, to try and market it as a new rider experience. It works with varying levels of success, I guess. Huh. There's actually a manual for that. That's cute. It works with varying levels of success, I guess. But I have ridden a coaster with VR on it. It was a roller coaster called Arkham Asylum at Australia's Movie World. It's since been removed. That coaster is now gone. I would say it's a shame, but it was not a good coaster. In fact, it was considered one of the worst coasters out of one of the worst roller coaster models in the world. So it was really not popular. Is there anywhere else we can go here without the ball and chain? Let's check. So we can't go up there without the ball and chain. We've gone through there and we can't get that last chest. We can't get that chest there yet. We can't go through there. I think this is about as far as we can get without the ball and chain. So I think we've done a good part there. Again, if you have any more roller coaster questions, or like, you know, you want to know more about short-lived roller coasters or other things to do with roller coasters, you can put in a request with your fun fact. Don't forget that. If you want to put in a roller coaster fun fact and know more about a certain topic, I'm not going to pretend I know everything, let's be real here, but I'm I'm happy to accommodate as best as I can. And if not, I can promise I will come back the next stream with more information. We've done... Let's go check out Zora's Domain, I guess. There's not too much... I get motion sickness in VR. I was so disappointed. The one thing I was super excited for in VR was Space Station. Hang on. Space Station, and it was so great and realistic that after a couple of minutes I had to bail, feeling too motion sick. If I'm being honest, I get that. As much as I want to say, yeah, I'm really good with motion. For a person who loves theme parks and roller coasters, I am not that great with motion. I get that, especially with VR. I think the VR on the roller coaster that I experienced was probably the most nauseated I've been on a roller coaster. It still wasn't that bad, but it was definitely not it definitely did not add anything incredibly positive to the experience for me. Especially considering I'm not someone who cares too much about the Arkham Asylum games. I understand they're very good, but Arkham Asylum never really benefited, never really interested me. So the whole Arkham Asylum VR didn't really do much for me, if I'm being honest. But yeah, the experience was quite nauseating. Many years ago now, I went to PAX, which is a big gaming convention in Australia, usually held in Melbourne nowadays. And in PAX, they had a whole section dedicated to VR, and they had a VR flight simulator, which, if you can imagine, went just as well as you think it did. A VR flight simulator. I already got that bug, didn't I? Oh, apparently not. Yes, there was a VR flight simulator being showcased there, which, sure, great. I fell off my chair. I fell off the chair. I was not very good at dealing with the emotion there. Alright, we are only going to be streaming for about 10 more minutes, and then this girl is going to go put some food in her stomach. Let's go. I have talked about this before ad nauseum. I hate the word tummy. It's the worst word in the entire human dictionary to me. So I will refuse to say I'm gonna put food in my tummy. It's gotta be stomach. Even belly, I'm like, ugh. Belly's I don't know. Belly's not it for me either. Gonna be real here. Alright, we're just gonna see if there are quite a few chests in these ledges here. I don't think we got them all last time. So we're just gonna quickly double check a whole bunch of them. The best way to do that, of course, is with Wolflink. Evidently. Supposedly. Over here is one? Yes. Piece of heart. We'll take a piece of heart. That's nothing new. We were just there. And I think this just leads us back to the entrance. But we do kind of want to go out here, I think. I need to find it somewhere that does Masaka. I haven't had it in years and I've been dying to try it for the longest time. Oh, Masaka is so nice. I do love a good Masaka. Baby, it's you. You're the only one I want. Hello, King of Zoria. It's been so long. How are you? Oh, 10 rupees. Excellent. I'll take that. It's been so long. How are you? Oh, I've missed you. Welcome in, by the way. You're coming right in at the end of stream, but it's so good to have you. Placehold, I would love to give you Misaka recommendations, but unfortunately I do not know any Misaka places off the top of my head. How the hell did we void out there? That's new. We are playing The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, and this is a randomizer as well, which means all the items are randomized between the game. This particular game was released on the Nintendo GameCube and the Nintendo GameCube, the Nintendo Wii, and the Nintendo Wii U, We are doing a randomizer of the GameCube version. Water bombs, that's what I was gonna get. And it is kind of kicking our ass at the moment. What have you been up to, King of Zaria? What's new for you? Oh, again, remind me never to make lemonade. That's terrible. Ugh. Most Greek places near me don't have it in their on their menu, which really sucks. I know, a lot of Greek places around me don't have it either. Maybe it's becoming like a rare item, which kind of sucks if I'm being honest. I would love it to have, I would love to see it in my area a bit more. Oh, that being said, for the longest time, I could never find good baklava, but I've recently found a place that does it. Oh, so good. I might have to learn how to make it. Oh yeah, that's true. You could also do that. That for some reason never occurred to my tiny little brain. You could obviously learn how to make it. I never thought of that. Alright, oh, did I know there was a sign here? Did we check this? Oh, yeah, we did. City in the Sky is on the way, the hero. We knew that. Nothing new, waiting for something to come in the mail. Ooh, exciting. I love that feeling of waiting for something to come in the mail. I am currently not waiting for anything to come in the mail. I'm jumping off, have fun. No worries, thank you so much for jumping past and saying hi. I hope you... Is that a chest up there? There's a chest up there? Alright, screw this. I hope you're having a lovely night, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much, King of Zaria. Helps having Greek heritage. Oh, I am so jealous, Snacky. I used to have these friends in kindergarten, or like in primary school, and you know, they all had, they all made the best Greek food. I was so jealous. And every so often, his mum would make extra for me, and we'd bring it in. And, oh, so good. I want to sell you bombs. Are you kidding me? Can I not sell my bombs here? But what if I want to buy water bombs? You won't even let me buy them? This is the stupidest shop I've ever been in. You know what? I'm gonna set this shop on fire. Much like I did to his storeroom, I'm gonna set this shop on fire. Fine, you know what? I'm gonna set another fire. I'm gonna go upstairs and set a fire where he can't see me. See? No, you can't stop me now. I love doing that. That's my favorite little detail. We love setting fires in the bomb shop. Don't flag me for suspicious activity, please. Ugh. I don't know why I keep drinking it. It's awful. Alright, I think we're gonna go see if we can access that last chest somehow, and then we're gonna call it quits here for the night. I'm just gonna see, can we access it from here? No, I think we're better off going upstairs. I think it's probably a better bet to go up to the top and see if we can jump down from there. Alright, let's go. We could have also used the Goron, but we might as well go to the top of the tower. Oh good, we did check that chest. That was the other reason why I came up here. I couldn't remember if we did that chest or not. Alright, nothing here. Here we go, top of the tower. Let's go. King of the castle. That's such a stupid reference. Hello, Tallow. Bro! Oh, okay. Oh, crap. That brings us down to the ground. I shouldn't have done that yet. Alright. Capitalist baby, I'm gonna show you how I use a bow. So, there's an item in this game called the Hawkeye. So it's essentially a telescope for like the Wind Waker telescope, but with extra pizzazz. Oh, that was stupid. There we go. So this mini game unlocks the Hawkeye. So the Hawkeye is it allows you to sort of view and zoom in on things, but you can also, much like bomb arrows, use it in conjunction with your bow to create sort of a scope for long distance shooting. Ooh, that was way up high. I mean, boom. No, that was way too low. There we go. So you're supposed to complete this mini game to unlock the Hawkeye in the shop. However, if you fail this mini game on leave, this game is out to annoy me. You are able to go pick up the Hawkeye and use it in this mini game instead, which is kind of cool. So if we go to the shops now, an extra item will be available. I was wondering how to trigger that mini game from happening, because I couldn't do it before. See, now we've got a piece of heart available. Obviously not the item I was hoping to get, but sure. I was hoping to get something of value, but once again, we'll still take a heart container. And then we get arrows or bombs. Didn't I already? Okay, cool. There we go. Alright. Instead of opening that chest... Alright. Do we open the chest? Do we go see if we can open the chest, or do we leave it here? Or do we go see if we can open the chest and then go to Castletown to see what that unlocks in the shop and then quit here? Or do we just quit here? You let me know. Oh. I'm just going to assume that you all want me to climb this tower and see if we can do it. While we're climbing the tower, let me tell you about this text message I just received. Because I have my phone right here on the desk, so I can see the stream. My current setup with one monitor, I can't actually see the stream and play the game at the same time. So I have the game and the tracker here and the chat here, and then I have the stream itself and also the chat here as well in case I need to view it here. So if I ever look over here or start fiddling over here, it's because I've got the stream open. Anyway, I just looked over to check the stream and I saw a text message come in on my phone. And speaking of which, a message just came through on my phone. Anyway, a text message just came through on my phone from this company called, well, I'm not going to name the company because, no, I don't think it will dox me, but still, from a particular cake company. If you want the name of the cake company, please let me know and I will provide it. Anyway, I used to order cakes through that cake company, obviously. What else would I order? Bloody pumpkins. Anyway, I used to order cakes through that cake company for my old workplace. Whenever we'd have a birthday celebration or something like that, I'd be in charge of ordering the birthday cake, and I'd get it from that particular company because they did one-day delivery. Anywhere in my particular city, one-day delivery. Anyway, it's expensive, but for one-day delivery, a fresh cake that's made for you, worth it. This particular company had a blueberry cheesecake that has lived in my dreams. Like, this cake haunts my nightmares. It is so good. I thirst for this cheesecake. And I was sitting there, I don't know, about an hour ago going, oh, I really wish I had that blueberry cheesecake. I just got a text message in saying, hey, you haven't ordered for a while. Here's a voucher. And if I weren't so poor, I would capitalize on that to buy myself the cheesecake that haunts my nightmares. If you ever need a cheesecake recommendation, let me know. Because if you're in my particular city, I can make a recommendation. Alright. I think you need a cuckoo to reach that, if I'm being honest. But where would you go? From the hot springs to there wouldn't work because the height's not correct. Unless you... he ducks if you swing your sword. Unless you bring a chicken up the hill to there and then hook shot it from that ledge down there. I actually don't know how you get this chest. Alright. Well, that sucked royally, but that's fine. Okay, hang on. Hear me out here. Hear me out. Where's the chicken? There's a chicken. Give me chicken. Okay. I know I said we're finishing strictly at 8, but bear with me for like 2 seconds, okay? Oh, no. Okay, give me chicken. Chicken, come here. Oh, it won't let me get on top if I'm wait. Oh, chicken be flung. No, damn it. Okay, look, I tried. I don't know how you're supposed to get that. Is there a chicken up here near the ruins? Oh, sorry, I forgot that we lose health every time we bonk. Keep out danger. Well, that's a good good reason to go exploring. Alright, cool. We are going to quickly hit up Castle Town, and then we are going to take off for the night. You tried celebration. Thank you so much, placeholder. I appreciate it. I appreciate the you tried celebration. Again, when I added that sticker, I did not realize it was going to get so much use. I should have expected that, though. Let's be real here. Poison. That is some terrible, terrible, terrible lemonade. Oh, we've got a letter now. Because of the lag, the bro is running in slow motion. Alright. This game is even funnier in slow motion. Okay. Come on. There we go. So, yes, we don't have tingle, but going back to a question that you asked like an hour ago. No, there is no tingle in this game. It hasn't been fully confirmed yet, but it has been somewhat confirmed that tingle was meant to be in this game. In fact, there are design sketches of Tingle, and it is highly believed that this character here became this character from Tingle's design. So if you can see here, we've got the green hood that comes to a point similar to Tingle, and it comes down here in the green design. So again, I don't think this has been fully confirmed. It may have been, but I don't think so. They originally designed Tingle. We do know that Tingle was originally designed to be in this game. So we do know that, so the idea was that Tingle was designed, they tried to redesign Tingle to fit with the aesthetics of this game, and at a certain point they just realized that it just didn't work. So they scrapped the character, but it is heavily believed, and I think maybe somewhat confirmed, that that character was, became what that character is from Tingle, if that makes sense. In terms of another cut character from the game, this game was originally designed to feature Sheik. So in case you have no idea who that is, which honestly might be the case, Sheik is a character that appears in The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. So in Ocarina of Time, you do the 3 child dungeons, and then you open the Door of Time, and in that, Ganondorf gets access to the Sacred Realm, and he takes over the world and all that, blah 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 blah. And he tries to capture Princess Zelda, but Princess Zelda escapes. Now 7 years pass while Link is maturing in the Sacred Realm. And in that time, no one's seen or heard from Zelda. And Zelda does not guide you through your adult journey. It is a mysterious character called Sheik who presents themselves as the last Sheikah. Where are we going? Mallow Mart, that's right. So they present themselves as the last Sheik, which, you know, great naming. 10 out of 10. Anyway, it is revealed at the end of the game that Sheik is Zelda. It is actually Zelda, but in disguise. Zelda sucks at naming herself, by the way. And, yeah, so that's the character of Sheik. Which, you know, fair enough, makes sense. Now, Sheik was originally designed to be in Twilight Princess as a character. However, Sheik got cut from the final product. Instead, it's just the red potion, right? Okay. I just needed to see if that was it. Is that the Gale Boomerang? Wait. Did I just skip over the fact that the Gale Boomerang is here? Okay, I'm trying to be shocked, but all I hear is hey in the background. My money's still scrolling. Hey. Okay, I'm gonna stop that now. Clip it, please don't. So we are going to go through the Forest Temple in our next stream. Also, we had a particular dance that we would do as kids whenever we came to Mallow Mart. Nick would go do 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 do. Anyway, so what was I trying to say before? What was I even saying before? I don't care. Sheik was a cut character. The design of Sheik was used in Super Smash Bros. Instead. Just as a few more quick little details for you, this portrait of Mallow is, number one, really creepy. Over here in Mallow Mart, or in the shop that becomes Mallow Mart. So originally it's called Dudsley's or something like that. Over here is a screen, in the HD version, is a screenshot of Breath of the Wild before it was released. And in Dudsley's as well, there's a screenshot over here of, or either over here or over here. I have a feeling it's over here, of Breath of the Wild as well. Once again, before the game had released. So it was like a little secret teaser. But we have the Gale Boomerang. That's kind of awesome. And I think that's the exact high point that we need to leave this game on. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Again, that was kind of unexpected, but sure, why not? We are going to quickly save the game here as is. So next time we're going to go through the Forest Temple, see what else there is for us, and we might go on a bit of a Poe hunt as well. I think that's going to be a great idea. And I apologize to anyone who came back from ads to see me say goodbye. But we're going to leave it here. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I know this was a short stream, but I do appreciate it all the same. Thank you so much for joining, for commenting, for watching, for participating in our Gambas, our polls, for the bits and the facts and the two truths one line, all of that. I genuinely do appreciate it, and I'm so looking forward to our next stream. Again, is this going to happen next time? I don't know. We're going to find out. Is this going to happen tomorrow, more say? So we'll find out. We rated Australian speedruns yesterday, and we can do that again today, but we're going to find someone else. Maybe. I don't know. We're going to see what's happening. You know what? This is the first time ever that Margin, Phil, and I are both streaming at the same time. We are going to raid Margin Phil because, you know, one of my favorite speedrunners of all time. He's actually... No, he's not speedrunning. He's just playing a game. So we're just gonna raid him. So anyway, thank you so much, everyone. Have a lovely night. It is so wonderful seeing you all, and I can't wait to see you next time. thank you so much. Stay warm, stay cool, stay golden, whatever it is. Have a lovely night, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.